Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And this is going to be the part three to a three-part series of how you can make an e-commerce website. So, guys, welcome back to the channel. And we're going to be picking off where we left, which is how you can simply, create or make an e-commerce website. All right, guys. So when last we spoke, we were on the products page and I showed you how you can actually add a product. Now, another thing you could do outside of adding a product is actually customizing some of your pages so they can bring attention to your products. All right. So you could either create or customize some pages. And to do this, just simply head over to the pages. It's a menu on WordPress. So click on pages here. When you've selected pages, it's going to bring up a list of all your pages. As you can see, I have 52 pages currently. Published are 49, drafts are 3, and trashed is 1. All right, so the pages you should be looking out to create are as follows: the home page, a shop page, a cart, a checkout, my account, and contact. So, as you can see here, depending on the kind of e-commerce store you're trying to set up, you could actually have a checkout page. So, I'm just going to open this in a new tab so you can see what a checkout page actually looks like once it's been edited properly. But in order to create a page, like I said, and I showed in the first part, just simply click on Add Page and you'll be taken to this blank document or this blank page. Now, on here, you could simply add the title. You could make it look something like this. Remember, you're meant to install Elementor. Elementor is a tool or plugin you can simply install and activate on your WordPress that would then help you edit it. So you can use Elementor to edit the pages as follows, like updating your hero banner, adding product categories, adding featured products, and adding testimonials or guarantees. So when you click on edit with Elementor, it's gonna open up, Elementor on there. Let's click on leave to simply leave the site. So Elementor is going to open alongside the page I just told you about, which was the checkout page. All right, so basically this is what the checkout page looks like. We have a WooCommerce based checkout page. You can see the name is set to checkout, and if you click on preview, it's basically going to show you what the checkout page would look like, or the cart. And basically, this is what it looks like. So when you've shopped on the website, when you've shopped on the website you've created, you're going to have to include a cart so people can actually pay you for your products. So you could do this by heading over to the pages menu using the add page, and then it's going to create an empty or blank page, which I had shown earlier. And then all you need to do is just give it a name and associate it with the checkout. And you can use the Elementor plugin to simply customize it. So basically, this is what it looks like. You can add a container. You could just simply try to make your page look as simple as other people's pages would. You could even ask the artificial intelligence, that's the AI that's on Hostinger, that's made by Hostinger. You could ask it for queries. You could ask questions about how you can, drag and drop some of your widgets here, like buttons. You could just drag and drop a button over here or click on the plus side to simply add a button to the page and then start customizing the page, giving it titles, text. If you click on here, you should be able to give it a text, a name. So let's just call it checkout, and you could just have it look like this. And then what type of button is it? Is it a success, info, warning, danger? Let's just leave it at default. And then where are you linking it to? So you could link it to a page, you could link it to a number, you could click on the link option and it's gonna open in a new window if that is what you want for your checkout page or not. All right, so moving on from here, moving on from the pages, we do have payments, shipping, and emails. So these are sections of your website that you would need to actually focus on. You could focus on this when you head over to WooCommerce. If you click on WooCommerce and hover above and click on settings. So click on WooCommerce and then select settings. Click on settings here. And once you're on the settings menu from general, just move over to payments and simply click on payments. So when you selected the payments, you're meant to simply add, or rather enable providers like Stripe. You could install their plugin. As you can see, we have payment providers here. We have WooCommerce. It accepts payments from Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover. Apple Pay, Google Pay, Afterpay, and the likes. We also have payment PayPal. We also have taking offline payments. This is where you could simply integrate crypto into, and you could also go with the more payment options. So if you click on this, you can see other payment options you could try, like Stripe. Just simply click on install, and Stripe for WooCommerce would be actually installed here. And then all you need to do is just link your Stripe account to the WooCommerce or the WordPress website you're building, and you'd have something good. Now, you could also configure your shipping, but we have covered that in the past in one of our previous parts. You could just simply make sure your shipping zones are either local, domestic, or international. You could add methods like free shipping, fiat rates, flat rates, real time courier rates, and you could also automate your emails. So if you head over to emails here on the emails menu, you could set up an email for a new order. So you could just simply check the boxes, or rather create and manage them in a way that when you get emails, they are practically received on the hosting, using your hosting plan. If you remember on Hostinger, they offered us, if you check through emails, they offered us 1 gigabyte worth of storage for your emails. So your mailbox wouldn't get overwhelmed or consumed by your email orders. All right. So moving on to the last part, or one of these sections where we have to finish off, is actually testing your checkout page. So once you've added a product and you've created a checkout, you can use the test card option to simply confirm your payment and make sure your email arrives on time, your order appears in your dashboard, your payment status is updated, and your thank you page works. So remember, you could set up all of these pages as I just mentioned. The email is in your WooCommerce settings. When you head over to settings on WooCommerce, you can customize your email to receive uh, content. You could also work on your orders. So your orders would appear in your WooCommerce. Underneath orders, you'd find your orders here. Let's go ahead and open this in a new tab. And last but not least, payment status updates. So that would be received in both WooCommerce and on your dashboard. And the thank you page can be created by clicking on add page. When you click on add page, you'd be thrown into an empty page where you could simply customize it as you want. As you can see, this is the home section of this page, and underneath is the cart. So you can find a cart, and once people are done shopping, you'd see like a thank you page pop up after that. This is what the checkout page looks like basically, and then this is the preview, as I said earlier. So please keep this in mind, and let's go ahead and close this. All right. So once the order page opens, when you receive a new order, it's gonna be shown here. It's linked to WooCommerce. All right, guys. So once you're done with everything and you're ready to go live, once your website is ready, as you can see, this website is currently live. But in order to get yours live, just click or hover above settings and then click on general. So when you hover, click on general. The general setting is going to open, and then just simply scroll till you find the option to remove maintenance. So you can turn off maintenance mode. You could just go live on here. The option should be available to go online. Uh, all right, so you can just go online by simply clicking on remove maintenance mode and then connect your domain if you're not done yet. So you can connect your domain here, your WordPress address. You can get the domain from Hostinger and just simply provide the link here and just simply scroll through and click on save changes. All right, guys. So that's how you can go about doing this. Comment down below if you have a question. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you.